Soy sauce is an essential element in Japanese cuisine. For sashimi, for sushi, for sukiyaki, or for noodles, soy sauce is a multi-purpose condiment. There are numerous kinds of soy sauce. Various types are made to suit the climate and local preferences throughout Japan. Soy sauce became popular several centuries ago, and many of the Japanese dishes we know today developed because of soy sauce. Recently, it's been used in French cooking and in desserts. The Japanese absolutely love the taste of soy sauce. On this edition of Begin Japanology, we look at soy sauce, a seasoning that Japan can justly feel proud of.
Hello and welcome to Begin Japanology. I'm Peter Barakan. Our topic for this week is soy sauce, or shoyu as it's known in Japanese, and we are going to show you all about it. Soy sauce is known and loved throughout the world. It's probably the best known Japanese condiment, and there are a variety of different types and uses. Soy sauce is indispensable to Japanese cooking, and some Japanese people are so attached to it that they even take it with them on foreign trips. Little bottles like this come in very handy for that. This one holds exactly 100 milliliters, which of course is the limit of what you can take through airport security these days. So anyway, let's move on now and take a look at the many different ways in which soy sauce is used, and also some of the different types that are available.
Soy sauce is used in an amazing number of dishes in Japan. Sushi and sashimi are dipped in soy sauce. It's an essential item for the soup stock in hot pots, and is also added to boiled vegetables or fish. Soy sauce brings out the special richness and flavor of sukiyaki. It's a key ingredient in noodle soups. Hot noodles are served in a soy-based broth. For cold noodles, a rich soy-based dip. This is grilled eel. As it's being cooked, it's dipped in a soy-based sauce again and again. The wafting aroma really stimulates the appetite. Events are held for soy sauce makers all over Japan. There are about 1,600 makers in all. The color and the taste of soy sauce vary by region. Japanese soy sauce comes in 5 basic types: dark, light, rich, specially fermented, and white. The most commonly used soy sauce is the dark kind. Both the color and the taste are strong. This soy sauce spread all over Japan from the Kanto area around Tokyo. Light soy sauce has a pale color and is used mainly in Kansai, including Kyoto. It's perfect for bringing out the tastes and tones of natural ingredients. Rich soy sauce has a thick texture and a deep flavor. It's used widely in central Japan. White soy sauce has the lightest color of all. This type is often used in clear soups. Specially fermented soy sauce is the darkest in color and the richest in flavor. Depending on the region's weather and local culture, crops and local preferences, you get distinctly different types of soy sauce, such as sweet ones or very light-colored ones. Let's see one example of soy sauce-based cooking. Tokyo's famous Tsukudani preserved foods. This Tsukudani shop has been in business since the Edo period several centuries ago. The key to the taste of Tsukudani is the soy-based sauce. The secret of this shop sauce has been handed down for centuries. Old sauce is replenished with new to create a unique taste. You slowly simmer the sauce for 1 hour to produce a type of Tsukudani based on kelp seaweed. It's said that fishermen developed Tsukudani to preserve marine products. They use soy sauce's sterilizing powers. Tsukudani preserve various ingredients and make them tasty. The aromatic flavor of soy sauce is a perfect match for rice, Japan's staple food. Soy sauce, an essential element in Japanese cuisine.
I'm standing in front of the brewery of a soy sauce manufacturer in the Chiba area, which is a couple of hours east of Tokyo. This company has been in business here on this spot for 285 years now. And take a look at these wonderful wooden buildings behind me. It's really very rare to come across anything like this in the vicinity of Tokyo, and you almost feel like you're stepping back in time. It's winter now, and winter is a particularly good time for brewing soy sauce. The ingredients needed to make soy sauce are actually quite simple. This is a litre bottle, and just to demonstrate what is needed and in what quantities. We've got salt here at the bottom, then wheat, soybeans, and water at the top. That's all you need. You might be wondering how you get that special soy sauce taste out of just this. We're going to show you now.
This brewery in Wakayama Prefecture has been operating for 170 years. Here they still make soy sauce the old-fashioned way. Let's take a look at the process. First, you steam the soybeans and mix in roasted wheat. A special mold is added to the soybeans and wheat. These ingredients are mixed carefully to maintain consistency. Left for a few days, the mold breeds, and the culture is now called koji, the essential base of soy sauce. The koji is transferred to a vat, and a solution of salt and water is added. The resulting mash is called moromi. By fermenting and aging the moromi, you get soy sauce. This brewery has 24 vats for making soy sauce. Each produces about 3,600 litres. You can hear a faint popping sound. That's the sound of the moromi fermenting. The koji is creating the taste of the soy sauce. To enhance fermentation, air is mixed into the moromi using a long pole. At this brewery, it takes 2 years to complete the maturation process. Now the soy sauce is squeezed out of the mature moromi. First, the moromi is carefully wrapped in cloth and piled up in 80 layers. The weight forces the liquid out. This is raw soy sauce still in the process of fermentation. The raw soy sauce is simmered over gently burning firewood to stop fermentation and to stabilize the flavor. The heat produces a distinctive aroma. A mellow taste and a rich aroma indicate that the soy sauce is ready. A special mold is essential to soy sauce production. But what were the origins of this particular production method unique to Japan? It's got a lot to do with the climate. Mold grows really easily in Japan, in contrast to dry places like continental Europe. It's also to do with the kinds of crops that can be grown. Europe has a lot of wheat, but in Asia, the main crop is rice. So, the mold that grows on rice came to be used in the processing of food ingredients. I think Japan can stake a claim to be a leading country in terms of using microorganisms in fermentation. There's another secret behind the production of delicious soy sauce. You can see white patches here and there in the brewery. These are microorganisms, and it's said that several dozen types of them exist in old breweries. When these microorganisms act on the moromi, a delicious soy sauce unique to that particular brewery is the result. This old brewery underwent reconstruction for the first time in 100 years. Extra care was taken to protect the microorganisms that bred in the pillars and walls of the original building. The wall planks were teeming with microorganisms. Some of these planks were reused under the roof of the new structure. Pure, untreated wood is being used in the new building to encourage the spread of microorganisms. No time or expense is spared in order to pass on the traditional taste of soy sauce. Its unique flavor developed from Japan's special environmental conditions and the tireless ingenuity of its people.
These enormous wooden vats are full of soy sauce, which is gradually fermenting over a period of about a year. And this whole big warehouse is full of the smell of that fermentation. It's a rather pleasant smell, very organic, a little difficult to explain, but it's a little similar to certain types of sake. These vats are 2.5 meters wide, and each of them holds 12,000 liters of soy sauce. There's 80 of them in all, and some of them have been in use for 200 years. Just feel the solidity of these things. They're absolutely enormous. Here on the pillar behind me, you'll see the white microorganisms, which you saw in the video a moment ago. And if you look up, you'll see that the whole ceiling of this warehouse here is completely covered with them. And it's these natural processes that give soy sauce its distinctive taste. Soy sauce has been produced in Japan for at least 600 years now. But in fact, there are records going back much further than that, showing a kind of forerunner to it. Let's go back now and look at the origins of soy sauce.
More than 1,000 years ago, there was already a flavoring that can be considered the origin of modern soy sauce. This document records the lifestyle of Heian period nobility. This banquet menu features dried chicken and raw fish, and it seems the guests season the food with various flavorings. Four are shown at the bottom. Salt, vinegar, sake, and something called hishio. This is made from grain and can be considered the forerunner of soy sauce. Kokokuji, a temple in Wakayama Prefecture, is home to a legend about the origins of soy sauce. Kakushin, a Zen monk, brought the method to make a special bean paste to Japan from China in the 13th century. Called kinzanji miso, it's made from soybeans, rice, barley, and vegetables. In the process of making it, a blackish liquid forms at the bottom of the tub. When someone tried cooking food in this liquid, it tasted delicious. After that, the liquid came to be used as seasoning. A few centuries later, in the Edo period, it evolved into something more like modern-day soy sauce. For years, Edo was the political and economic center of Japan. As the city's population grew, Edo turned into a major consumer of soy sauce. Soy sauce production flourished in Choshi and Noda, not far from Edo, and many breweries were established. Production focused on dark soy sauce. In this period, many dishes, including sushi and tempura, were developed. Most used soy sauce to enhance the flavor. Soy sauce was the perfect seasoning for people whose diet consisted mostly of rice, fish, and vegetables. The Edo poet, Ota Nampo, wrote a poem about his feelings for soy sauce, saying that a hermit can renounce all earthly pleasures except bean paste, sake, and soy sauce. Soy sauce put down deep roots in Japan, and eventually it became known abroad. When Edo was the capital, Dejima, a tiny island off Nagasaki, was Japan's main base for trading with other countries. Soy sauce was exported to Europe from Dejima. These ceramic bottles were used to export soy sauce. It says in Dutch, soy sauce from Japan. On the front there's an illustration of soybeans, the main ingredient of soy sauce. It said that soy sauce was used in France from the time of Louis XIV. About 300 years later, in 20th century Japan, soy sauce makers began exporting their products to the US. But at first, sales did not take off. The main reason was the smell. Soy sauce was reviled as bug juice. The solution was teriyaki sauce, which is made by combining white wine and sweet syrup with soy sauce. Poured over pan-fried chicken, it was a perfect match for American tastes. The word teriyaki even started to appear in American dictionaries. And many soy sauce-based dishes began to appear as well. And also special cooking classes were held to teach people how to use soy sauce. This led to a soy sauce boom throughout the US, and local production began. Today, an astonishing 1.1 million kiloliters of Japanese-style soy sauce is consumed worldwide each year. Soy sauce, a mainstay of Japanese cuisine, has become a popular seasoning throughout the world.
With the increasing westernization of the Japanese diet, people are cooking somewhat less in the traditional way than they used to. And as a result of that, there's a decline in the consumption of soy sauce domestically. At the same time, it's taking off in other countries, one major contributing factor being the booming global popularity of Japanese cuisine. In fact, soy sauce is now sold in about 100 countries around the world. If you look at the cover of this pamphlet here, you'll see how it's referred to in many other languages. I particularly liked salsa de soja in Spanish and mchuzi wa soya, that's in Swahili. I wonder if you can find your own language here. Recently, also in Japan, soy sauce is being used in some rather novel ways, and next we're going to take a look at that.
This Tokyo restaurant specializes in soy-based cuisine. They have two kinds of soy sauce for sashimi. Moro-kyu is cucumber with moromi. Especially popular are dishes of raw fish, meat, and vegetables dipped in the restaurant's original soy-based sauce. The sauce blends several kinds of soy sauce and moromi. Anchovies, milk, fresh cream, and sugar are added. The aroma of caramelized soy sauce whets the appetite. This French restaurant in Tokyo uses soy sauce as well. Joël Robuchon is a globally renowned French chef. He first arrived in Japan when he was 31, and he saw the wonderful possibilities that soy sauce had to offer. Soy sauce often appears in his recipes. Let's look more closely at one example. Quail meat stuffed with truffles is being sautéed. A soy-based sauce is poured over it.
It's going to be a mix of soya sauce with some sweetness coming from honey, and a little bit of chopped garlic, and a little bit of olive oil.
The sauce is poured over the quail, which is cooked until the meat has thoroughly absorbed the juices. In French cuisine too, soy sauce brings out the flavors of the ingredients in ways that can delight diners of any nationality.
They are very surprised, but at the same time it's really accepted because it's part of French cooking. So, of course, which is very important is that we are using French techniques, French ingredients, but with a little something, little bit of Asian taste with the soya sauce, Japanese taste. So I think it's for them it's really interesting.
This is a Japanese-style confectionery shop. Soy sauce has been used in the making of this Swiss roll. Hironobu Tsujiguchi, a popular Japanese pastry chef, came up with this unusual idea. This is the soy sauce he used in the cake. It's a custard packed with vanilla beans. By adding soy sauce, you get an amazing aroma that's rather like caramel. Tsujiguchi even uses soy sauce in his sponge cakes. He has a special reason for using soy sauce when making cakes. My grandfather had a confectionery shop. He used soy sauce to flavour wagashi, Japanese-style confections. So I thought I'd try the same thing with Western-style cakes and desserts. Soy sauce, a traditional flavouring that evolved in Japan's distinct climate and culture. Now it's a seasoning used worldwide and in many types of cuisine.
This is a very simple dish which is extremely popular anywhere you go in Japan. It's called yaki onigiri, which just means a grilled rice ball. You take your rice ball, you grill it over charcoal, and then you take it, you get some soy sauce on a brush here. You brush it on as much or as little as you want. I'm going to put plenty on to make it nice and juicy. You put it back over the charcoal, grill it a little more. This gives it a wonderful aroma. I'm not going to spend too long doing it now because we don't have all that much time. And then you, oops, it's getting a little hot now. I'm going to put this on the plate here. You then do the same to the other side. There we go, I think that should do it. And you grill it a little bit more. I can't wait. And then you eat it. It's a wonderful way to finish off a meal as well. Okay, let me get this while I talk a little more. Soy sauce, in addition to being manufactured commercially, is also made in rural communities, for example, and sometimes even in individual households. We're going to leave you today with a visit with some people who are making an effort to preserve traditional tastes from generation to generation. I'll see you again next time. Crunchy.
A village in Nagano Prefecture. Many households here have been making their own soy sauce for about half a century, using locally produced soybeans. In an annual village custom that takes place in winter, the villagers gather to squeeze out soy sauce from the moromi they made in early spring. The just-made soy sauce tastes delicious. No wonder they look happy. When traditional flavors are passed on from parent to child like this, you can expect family and community bonds to stay strong.